We walked an entire HOA yesterday with some property managers, and here's what we found. So, this property actually had two different entrances. And what was interesting is you had one entrance that was very, very wet, almost like the water wasn't draining out, and almost like a clay type soil. So, there was a lot of just moisture in the ground. And then the other side was complete opposite. It was actually very dry. It was more sandy, not enough moisture in the ground. And what's interesting is when you look at a property, you typically think, hey, our recommendations are going to be fairly blanket for what's happening and what we're seeing. But what we found in this community is within a couple hundred yards, totally different profile of soil, totally different drainage program going on. And as a result, we really need to think about different recommendations. So when the ground is too saturated, typically the thing we're going to look for is how do we get oxygen back in the soil and back to the roots of that tree. For the ground that's more sandy and dry and is maybe draining too fast, that actually might benefit from one, irrigation, because if you don't do irrigation, then probably nothing else matters. And two would be deep root feeding as well, giving some nutrients and some microbes back into the soil to help that tree out. So same property, a couple hundred yards apart, totally different profile of the soil, totally different set of recommendations. So if you manage an HOA and you're wondering what's happening with your trees and they look different across the property, give us a call. We can come out and take a look at that for you and offer some suggestions.